Today we're joined with Farouk. Farouk is in the Nightlife in New York City. I remember my first time going out with a promoter. I was, I think, 18, no, not 19. I think I was underage and it was in Miami. Okay. And I go out with this promoter and I don't know if it still works like this, but he was like, well, you want to come out with your friends? Like, I need screenshots of every girl. Can you tell us more or less like how much you make as a promoter? Where else is like popping?
Normally music is really good there. I see tens, if not hundreds of different girls almost every night. In Miami, you see that guy that went out and like, you know, maybe spent like $50,000, showed it off. Here, it'll be maybe like a Tuesday at 5 p.m. and it'll be like 2 or 3 guys, finance guys that go and put it on the company card, you know? You don't see the cash, but it's there.
You're listening to the X Podcast. The X you keep coming back to.
Let's talk about everyone's favorite sponsor, Joy Mode. Joy Mode helps with, it just supports healthy blood flow, erection firmness and quality if you're a guy, and it just supports sexual wellness. Like, I know we're willing to give this to the men and say, here, take it to get your willy up, but this is also really good for women to have a good, healthy blood flow. It's always good, you know, to have your blood flowing through your body before a workout, or if you're not working out, then you especially need this. And it's just something to add to your everyday. I tried it today and it tastes like lemonade. It is so freaking good. The ingredients are 100% natural and there's 10 packets in each bag. And listen, guys, I have a discount code for you because I don't sell you guys short. So use my discount code XThePodcast at checkout to receive 20% off to change your everyday life. Enjoy. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the X Podcast. Today we're joined with Farouk. Farouk is in the Nightlife in New York City. And since we're in New York, I figured like we need to get someone on who like knows this city, you know? So welcome.
Thanks for having me. Well, I mean...
I begged him to come on, guys. You didn't want to come on. Where do you go on Monday in New York if you want to party?
There's Tao.
Okay.
She's really good on Mondays. There's
Is that what's like in Vegas and stuff? Like the
Vegas,
like the chain.
Chicago, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Tao is like, it's the whole group. But there's Tao Club on Monday. That's good.
Okay.
And then there's Hearsay. It's a small club, more like electronic music. And then there's a strip club that has a Monday party too.
Really? What's it called?
Sapphire.
Sapphire.
Yeah,
And it's happening on
139.
Mondays.
Yes.
Okay. You know what I was just thinking about before we started filming? How did we meet? Do you remember?
I actually don't remember. Hold on.
How have we met?
Was it a catch? No?
No, because I've
No,
never
was it?
done catch here.
Okay.
I've done it
don't
once,
know.
but like with my ex. Like I haven't.
I feel like I met you somewhere and then I just talked to you.
And
I think that's
then-
how we met. Yeah.
So we met out.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you were like that promoter though. Like when a girl posts a picture and tags like the location, you're there like,
no.
hello.
I
Do you
don't
do that?
No, I should. It works.
Yeah.
But, no, I don't do that. Used to do that back in the days when I first started, though.
Yeah. Okay, wait, when did you start?
2015.
2015. Okay, so that's like a minute ago. And like what made you start?
I used to live in LA.
Okay, I didn't know that actually.
And I was going to school there. And I had my boy who was going to school here. He was also Moroccan.
Okay.
And he started going out, I guess, then started promoting. And I was going to Morocco. I stopped here for like 3 days, hung out with him, went out with him. And then on the way back again, stopped here for like a week, went out with him. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I like it, you know. Goes out with pretty girls, gets paid, you know, not a bad life, you know.
Not a bad life.
And then I was about to be done in LA. I was like, fuck it, what's next? I'm moving to New York. So moved to New York and then I ended up doing that.
Okay. And did you start off by, because I know sometimes people like refer, but they don't actually show up. Like they're not actually.
I see. I know what you mean.
What's that called?
I mean, it's still
It's
that,
still
but
promoting.
yeah.
Do you do that also? Let's say like you're out of town, you'll like make money through just like
I mean, yes, but I also the thing is the crowd that I have does not like to pay for their drinks. So I always have
why are you pointing at me?
I don't have the crowd that just wants like that needs to get into the club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the crowd that I have can get into the club by itself, you know?
They want the whole
Yeah,
experience.
they
The
come
dinner.
they come to hang out with me, with my friends, you know. Like you said, the dinners, the good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So how does it work? Like, how do you set up like, okay, I'm gonna go for dinner here. Like, how do you set it up with the restaurants that like
It depends. There's two kinds of there's the restaurants that are affiliated with clubs. Like let's say Tao restaurant and Tao club, you know. So for the promoters to be able to bring a better crowd to the club, they give them a dinner at the restaurant, you know, to help, you know,
Yeah.
people. And then there's other restaurants that are not affiliated with any clubs that either want to get the room, you know, busier, better looking, or just, you know, want to get like more business, you know.
Yeah. So
So
they reach out to you.
yeah, it
Or
depends.
sometimes you reach
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
And how I don't know if this like you care to talk about this, but and how do you get paid? Like does it work
The
per
club-
girl?
The club pays.
The
us,
club pays.
Yes. I mean, depends on the promoters, but most of the time, I mean, I have a flat fee. I don't get paid per girl or whatever.
Oh, you
But
don't get paid
no.
per girl.
But there's promoters that get paid per girl, you know.
But not someone who started in 2015.
No, it's not even that. I mean, sometimes the people that get paid per girl make more money than us, because their job is different. So their job is to fill up the room, you know. So they ask them to bring a lot of people. Doesn't really matter how those people look.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
So they're just there to like fill up the room,
Yeah.
the space, you know. And then there's people that do what I do, which is you got to bring a better looking crowd, you know, higher standards.
Yeah. I remember my first time going out with a promoter. I was, I think 18, no, not 19. I think I was underage and it was in Miami. Okay. And I go out with this promoter and I don't know if it still works like this, but he was like, well, you want to come out with your friends? Like, I need screenshots of every girl. I need to know what we're working with here. And I was like, this is so crazy. Like, I mean, it is the world we're living in, but
Yeah.
I remember this is when I was like 18. Is it still like that? Like, are you like, or do you
I mean,
trust if like a girl is pretty, you're just like, okay.
Well, let's put it this way. If you tell me you want to bring your girlfriends, I'm probably not going to ask you for pictures because most of your girlfriends are hot. I mean, I think all your girlfriends are hot. But yeah, I'll still double check.
Okay.
Because I mean, let's put it this way. I have access to certain things because of the crowd that I bring. So for me able to keep that access, I have to keep that same quality. You know what I mean?
Okay, makes sense.
You know?
So what you're saying is life is fake.
I mean, no.
Farouk gets here and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like looking on his phone and he's like calling an Uber. I'm like, what are you doing? You're here. He's like, no, I'm calling an Uber for a girl. And I was like, oh, she's coming here? Idiot. I'm so like naive. He's like, no, I'm calling an Uber for her to like leave. I'm like, oh, okay. So how was your night last night?
It was a fun night.
Do you normally go home with a girl? As seeing as you're a promoter, like
I mean, not all the time.
not all the time?
no.
Every second day?
I plead the fifth.
What a life to like work but party every day.
No, I work 5
5
days a week.
days?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's talk a little bit about like obviously like our generation and dating is one thing. Being a promoter and being around girls every single day is another.
As a promoter, it's a little harder because you got all the options. That's one. But then the girls also don't really take you serious. You know?
When you're a promoter, you're saying?
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
'Cause
I
they
can
know
see
you
that
got,
because
you
I'm
know.
like, okay, well, I already have to worry about a normal guy on the daily. Now I'm dealing with a promoter who's around chicks every single day. Like, it is crazy.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
It's life. It's my life.
It's your life.
Yeah.
Okay, but so talk about dating. Like, how do you normally like land a girl as a promoter? You're like, I just say come.
I mean,
Come for the night.
it's that easy. But
Oh my God.
if you're talking about dating, then if I see somebody I like, I'll take them out on a date, like on a day when I'm not working,
Yeah.
and see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I'm talking like promoter. Like, let's say, a girl comes,
mhm.
she comes out with her girlfriends. Normally you go home with a girl.
Not all the time. No, no.
Most of the time.
You're making me sound like a hoe.
Isn't there like a double standard for a guy? It's like totally fine.
I mean, it happens.
For anyone who's like coming to New York City and wants like the best vibes and the best people, like what would you say are the best spots here? Like I'm talking like Monday through Sunday. Where are the best spots to be in New York City if you're looking for
Weekdays are
a
my
good
favorite.
crowd? Weekdays?
Weekdays are my favorite. That's one.
Because it's industry nights.
Because Friday, Saturday, you got everybody
Yeah.
out. Weekdays, favorite. And then each day you have a couple, 2, 3, 4 options.
I was talking to my last guest, and he was saying how like he's like, oh, you're at Cipriani, like Cipriani or the Chelsea Hotel. That's like sugar babies go there, and I was like, oh, really? Like I didn't know that was a thing here.
I mean, most girls in New York are sugar babies.
Really?
Rent is expensive.
I would think more like Miami, and so I wouldn't think New York as
Miami,
much.
Oh, New York has it. Yeah, but it's less. You don't see it as much.
Yeah, because
In Miami, it's in your face.
like I feel like New York, everyone looks like a trust fund kid. Like I feel like Miami, it's like okay, you see the BBLs and stuff, and you're a little bit more like okay.
Miami's
someone's
just more
paying for
flashy about it. That's it.
Okay, so it's it's here in New York
It's
too.
here. It's just a little more subtle.
Mm.
Just like the money too. There's money in New York too, but you don't see it like you see it in Miami.
Well, Miami, it's more fake money. I would say.
No, what I'm trying to say is like, let's say you go to a strip club in Miami. You see money, people throwing singles and stuff.
Yeah.
You go here to the strip club, you don't really see that much, and people are always like, oh, like, how do these people make money? Guess what? In Miami, you see that guy that went out and like maybe spent like $50,000, showed it off. Here, it'll be maybe like a Tuesday at 5 p.m. and it'll be like 2 or 3 guys, finance guys that go and put it on the company card. You don't see the cash, but it's there.
Interesting. Okay.
It's just a business outing.
It's a business outing. So where else is like popping?
I mean, you got the restaurants, you got the clubs. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But
But like, should we go like day by day? Like, okay, so Monday you said.
Yeah, Monday as far as clubs goes, you have Tao and Hearsay.
Okay.
Tuesday there's only two options. There's Nebula. It's more like
Nebula.
a big room club, like Vegas style. And then there's Little Sister.
Where
I
the
like it.
music is shit.
It was shit last Tuesday.
It was horrible.
But like I said, usually I love the music there. It's really good.
I'm someone who likes deep house, and I also like rap. I know Little Sister is rap music,
Yeah.
but like I was telling you, it just seems like at Little Sister, they take a USB from 2008, they stick it in, and then they just have like a DJ there acting like he's working, but he's not.
That was last Tuesday. Yeah, no bueno.
Mm-hmm.
But normally music is really good there.
Okay.
I really like Little Sister on Tuesdays.
Okay.
It's like, what I like about that club is that it feels like they took the good part of One Oak and put it as a standalone club. Did you go to One Oak back in the days?
I don't think
No?
so.
Oh, you missed out.
I missed out.
Oh, yeah. That shit was good.
Okay, now we're on Wednesday. What about rooftop parties?
Okay.
I remember I used to do like a long time ago. What is it?
PhD? Yeah.
PhD. I had some fun there.
Yeah.
Do you know
It's
the
a
other
good spot.
promoter, Matt?
Yeah, Matt Asante.
Okay,
Yeah. I
yes.
was just with him on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I met him through his girl, which I love, by the way,
Yes.
Daniela.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Super sweet girl.
You know they have 2 babies now.
They have 2 babies? I knew
Just-
about one, but I didn't
2
know
kids.
about the
Yeah,
other.
they just had another one.
No way.
Yeah, PhD is still a thing.
But is it like a thing like
It depends on the nights. I think they have a Spanish night either Wednesday or Thursday. I think it's Thursday. Really
Okay.
good. Really good.
I stayed at that hotel once. I was like, never again. Ghetto. No? People screaming in the hallway. I'm like, this is
I mean, any hotel that has, you know, a club or
For
rooftop
sure.
linked to it, you're gonna have more action.
yeah.
Yeah, so Wednesday, you got Marquee, also big room, Vegas style.
I've
And
done that.
And then you got the box. That's one of my
Mm,
favorites.
The box is great.
You've been, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It just gives like the vibe of like, you know, and like you can't please rich people anymore. And you're like, what could we do that's just next level
The purge.
that'll just that'll excite them.
No,
And it's the box. But you know what? It's fascinating
yeah.
to watch.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
They took like I guess it was a theater before.
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like it was a theater before.
Oh,
And,
right. You're right. Because
you
there's
see,
like the
scene
upstairs and the
upstairs,
seats.
the little like suites.
Yeah.
And they turned it into a club. Good music. Sometimes it's hip hop. Sometimes it's electronic music. Always good music, and the shows. You know.
Yeah. So, okay. So the box is one of your favorites.
Yeah.
But I heard the box is a Monday thing.
No, it's open Wednesday through Saturday or Sunday. I don't think it's open Sunday.
Oh.
But yeah, Wednesday through Sunday.
Okay.
Best night is Wednesday.
Best night is
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Um, and then starting Thursday, you got way more options. You know,
Like-
Marquee, you got PhD, the Spanish party that I told you about.
Mm-hmm.
Little Sister, Lucy's. Have you been?
No, Lucy's. Where is that?
It's downstairs from the highlight room. It's at the Moxie.
Wait, is
Lower
that
East
where
Side.
I was staying at the Bowery? Like right across?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
across,
Okay. Yeah.
So downstairs the club.
Okay.
Lucy's. Yeah, that one's really good. I like it on
Yeah.
Thursdays. What else you got?
Friday.
Again. You got
All of the
all
above?
the choices you want. Blonde, Soho Grand. That's where I
Yeah,
am.
I like Soho
Fridays.
Grand.
Yeah,
But
like
you,
it's different.
okay, so how Soho Grand, there's like two sections. There's
Yeah.
one that's like the drinking spot, where like very chill, which is where I like. And then there's the other
The
side,
club room. Yeah.
the club room that's
Yes.
giving, again, terrible music. Come on.
No, I disagree.
Terrible
I
music.
disagree.
Maybe it was the two times I came. It was giving like Sweet 16, like disco, like
Yeah.
Pitbull vibe,
Disco, yes.
disco
yes.
Pitbull music.
I like that. You know what it is? It's just different from all the clubs. All the clubs play the same hip hop, the same. And there, you got a DJ that just goes with the vibe, you know, whatever it is, and makes people dance. I like it.
Yeah. Well, are we going to talk about what happened to me a couple days ago
What
when we
happened
were
to you?
at Soho Grand and I wasn't feeling well and I needed
Oh.
water? So, guys, we're at
Ooh.
Soho Grand and I'm like not feeling well. And there's a girl from France there that I'm with that I became friends with thanks to Farouk. And I'm like not feeling well. So I'm like in and out, going to the washroom. I'm just like, I was on my period. I was like, I'm out, but like it wasn't a good night for me. And I was just looking for water because I'm like, I need to hydrate. So I'm drinking water. And then I am at your table and I'm like, I literally need water. I remember you saying sparkling or what kind of water do you want? And
Still, yeah. I was gonna get you a bottle.
you
of
were
water.
getting me a bottle, but I don't know for what reason I thought this bottle was one that you opened for me. I don't know why. I don't know what was going on, but you know, in a club, everything always gets dark in there. So I grabbed this bottle and I'm like, great, water. Let me hydrate myself. And I start drinking out of the bottle. And I'm like, this doesn't taste like water. I'm drinking. I'm like, oh my God. And already, like, I wasn't feeling well. My stomach was hurting. And, like, I felt like puking already. I'm like, this tastes like literal puke. I put it down and I'm like, okay, Aled, just like brainwash yourself at this point. It can't be puke. You didn't just drink puke right now. It's impossible.
I mean, I did not taste it, but you said it was.
So I put it down and I was like, oh my God, someone fully, like, just puked in a bottle. and just put it down, and I just drank it and thought it was water. And then I was like, Farouk, like at a point I was like, no, I actually just need to know for my mental health now if that was puke, because it had to have been. And I say, Farouk, like what's that? Like, is there puke in that bottle? And I remember you grabbed it and you smelled it, and your face like just became like white, and you took it and you just like brought it over there. I was like, oh my God, he just confirmed it was puke. I just drank puke.
Oof. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Well,
What's one of like the craziest things that's happened, like, or that you've seen in like a club? I'm sure you've seen so much shit.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm sure you've seen like fights and people throwing bottles.
Oh yeah.
That's just a normal day in New York.
No, actually no. Throwing bottles, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Okay.
Fights, yes, definitely. I mean, it's happened to me even before.
Is it
Yeah.
like what? Like a girl is at your table or something? And like what kind of fights are we talking?
I mean, I've seen, just two guys fighting before. I've seen girls fighting before, but it doesn't happen as often as people would think.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually before anything happens, like security on top of it,
Yeah.
they got
So
the
you've
room
never
unlocked.
seen anything like crazy happen in a club? Like someone gets shot or something?
No, but it's happened before. I think last year at Harbor. You been?
Harbor? No.
Yeah, it's a club on like what's it called? Hell's Kitchen in Hell's Kitchen,
Okay.
and they bring a lot of hip hop artists, and usually the crowd that comes with that is yeah. So I think there was a stabbing.
Okay.
I think maybe it was 50 Cent or French Montana or something.
Okay.
It was a stabbing. I think somebody even died. But yeah, that doesn't happen in.
Like often. It doesn't
the-
happen often.
Yeah, no. And especially not in the clubs that I work at because they're a little more, the crowd is different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then like Saturday, Sunday, would you say like same spots you said
Yeah,
for
you got all the choices that you want.
what about like if it's someone's first time coming to New York and they're coming for like a Thursday to Monday, okay? Like
Okay.
a hot like weekend. Is there any like restaurants in particular
Yeah,
they need to
yeah.
hit up?
On a Thursday night, I would say Kima.
Kima. Okay,
some people
I
call it
loved
Kaiba.
it. I thought it was a vibe. It
Kima.
was giving like Mykonos,
Mykonos, yeah. Greek restaurant.
Greek
yeah.
restaurant. Greeks really know
Yeah.
how to like throw a good
Yeah,
dinner.
Thursday night they have a dinner party. That's really good.
But is Kima like the same one like that's in like Dubai and
Yeah, it's a
like
chain. It's a
Miami?
chain. It's a
Okay,
chain,
okay.
yeah. And then I mean Medusa.
Medusa,
you
guys,
like it?
is that new?
Newish, I think maybe like a year old or something.
You walk in and it's like a circle bar and it gives like Zuma vibes a little bit. And I feel like there's not much of that kind of vibe of restaurant in New York, like where it's like
Yeah.
big and very like, I don't know, or that I've experienced, I guess.
Yeah, I mean there is a lot of big restaurants. When you go to
Right.
Tao, when you go to,
Right.
but
But I guess like that layout, I would say.
yeah, that actually, I think that room used to be a club before.
Really?
Yeah, it used to be a club before.
I don't find the food that good though. A lot of
No?
people
You
say
don't
they
like
like
it?
it.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
it. I like it. I mean, you can't go wrong with steak and branzino.
Yeah,
you know.
fair.
Um,
It was just one thing that was super fishy. The salmon. I was like, ooh.
I don't think I've ever tried it.
Yeah. Everyone was like, why did you get the salmon though? Like, I was like, okay, well, fuck. Ordered wrong.
Maison Close. Have you been?
Oh my God, on Sunday, like a good brunch
Oh, the brunch.
spot.
Yes. Oh yeah, you've been. We've been to brunch. before,
Yes.
Yeah.
But why is it a thing on
They have
Saturday?
dinner parties too. I think they're open Thursday through Sunday, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday they have dinner parties. Like Miami style.
Yeah. So when I did Maison Close for brunch, I liked it because obviously it's a vibe. They bring out bottles. It kind of has like a bagatelle feel to it, but it also like there's like a magician, not a magician, a guy who comes with like cards and does like tricks.
Yeah, all kinds of shit.
There's always like fun things happening. What about comedy shows? Would you say like Comedy Cellar?
I mean, I feel like there's so many spots in New York for that.
You just go into like a hole in wall and like it's a good comedy.
Yeah, because the best guys in the world want to play in New York. So sometimes, yeah, you can be at a comedy cellar and then somebody like a big comedian just walks in and he's not even working or anything, and he just like hops on stage.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool thing.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about dating a little bit before we wrap up.
Back
Your
to
favorite
dating.
topic. Farouk, me, and this south of France girl who was in town, we're just eating empanadas, empanada mama.
Oh yes.
Wow, those are fire. I have to say, pretty fucking solid.
Yeah.
It was my first time going. So that's definitely, if you're coming to New York and you just want to eat after drinking all night, go to Empanada Mama
The one on Lower East Side.
on Lower East
Yeah, the
Side.
ones
Can
that are
you
not
tell
that
everyone
good.
your order? Because we ordered terrible. You took the
My
Viagra.
favorites, the seafood one.
Yeah.
It's called Viagra. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Um,
me neither.
the Brazil. Brazil is like ground beef, olives, onions, really, really good. That's usually my go-tos.
Yeah.
But
A little
everything,
Viagra with a little mix of Brazil.
everything is good there.
Yeah.
They have the sweet ones too, the Nutella banana. I
Yeah.
don't know. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. But by the time I got there, I was so full. But like the classic is like the cheese, but like you have to do the Viagra. I think the Viagra is very good.
Yeah.
I think for me, I was like, I don't know, like I don't trust. I'm gonna get what a seafood in here, but it was so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, when we were chatting at Empanada Mama, we were talking about dating and this generation.
Ooh.
So I figured like you would have a really good, I guess, view on it, seeing as like, you know, you're in the nightlife, you see a lot of shit. And you were talking about, you know, how like all women are really looking for like 1% of men. And I thought that was really interesting. And I thought we should talk about that.
Yeah, you were saying that, people are not really loyal and stuff. And I told you the people that it is the guys with options. If you go to a random guy, he'll feel, happy to have you, and yes, he'll be loyal and he'll worship you. But then most girls want that guy, the what's that song again? 6'5", blue eyes.
Oh,
cross
yeah.
successful, good looking, no kids, in shape, all that.
You were saying like they put a study.
It's not a study, it's a website. You can pull it up right now.
It's a website.
it's a website.
Should we pull out the website?
So it's a website that gets the data from the census website, and basically you go and you put in your criteria for a man, and it tells you the percentage of men that have those criterias. And that same day when we were talking about it, I just saw a video about that. Somebody went on there and put a guy that's obviously single, 5'10" and up,
Okay.
that makes over $75,000.
Okay. So
And
you
that-
go on this site and you basically put all the requirements in order to see how much of the population
Yeah.
exists.
So just that, 5'10", not even 6 foot, 5'10",
5'10".
$75,000 a year.
Okay.
Not even six figures.
Yeah.
And what was the third requirement? I think single.
Single
Yeah.
and age probably.
No, not even age.
Not even.
I think it was 3%.
3% of the population.
Yeah. So yeah, the girls want the 6 foot. They want six figures. They want a six pack. And I mean, it's under 1%. Like it's really a small
Yeah.
portion of
So
guys.
you think that that's why a lot of people are finding themselves single, because they're all looking for that 1%, when it's like there's so much else that like is lacking essentially.
Yeah, and like I said, girls are all looking for that, so that gives options to those guys.
So you're saying the guys who are 6'2", make over six figures, are single, they have other options. So
They have all the options
They have-
because all the girls want those
so
kind
they're
of
not
guys.
going to settle down.
You know what I mean?
And if they do,
And
they're going to
then-
cheat.
And then girls are like, "Oh, guys are not loyal." It's because you're all fighting over the same kind of guys. If you go settle for somebody else, like I said, they'll be happy to have you and they'll be loyal, and
Do you think that guys are loyal dependent on like their success?
Mhm.
So like if like someone who's gonna be loyal to you is because they don't have the options because they can have them.
Most guys are only loyal because they don't have options.
That's so like
I mean,
that's so sad. But I also don't think like you need to settle or accept that because that's the world we're in.
I mean,
I
yes.
personally think that women should hold off on like having sex and like really not being someone who like puts themselves out there. So a man really needs to work to get you, so they value you more. So they'll like have to step up,
Yeah.
you
yeah,
know?
I agree with you. But again, social media, options. We go back to options. What you won't do, another girl will.
But that's the thing, like all of us girls have to stick together.
Oh, so you want to unionize it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Hey,
You're like, please don't do that.
divide and conquer.
And how has dating been like for you? Let's say you're in a relationship. Like, was there a lot of fights of like, or they understood like, okay, this is your job. Like, I'm cool with you being around girls. Or was there like a lot of arguments with like,
No, I feel like whenever I'm with somebody, they, well, one, they already know what I do. So, you know,
yeah, knowing what you do before getting into it doesn't change the fact that after you're in it, it changes a little. Come on, don't fucking
yeah,
lie over here.
it's obviously harder than dating, somebody that doesn't have all that access.
Yeah.
But
But you know what? You're not really any different than any other guy. You're just like in the scene, so it's like more apparent, right?
you think every other guy has the access that I have?
I mean, no, I'm
That's
talking
what I'm
about.
saying. I'm talking about the access.
Okay, okay.
That's why it's harder. It's like I see tens, if not hundreds, of different girls almost every night.
Let's say you're in a relationship. Like, do you stay loyal? I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
I am until I'm not.
Welcome
It
to
depends.
2024, guys.
Listen,
I am
I-
until I'm not.
I am. I'm not saying I'm an angel, okay? I try to be, but when something sets me off, then I guess it's open season.
Wait, something sets you off. You're not gonna communicate like a grown ass man and be like this. You're just gonna be spiteful and revenge.
I do communicate, but once
Why wouldn't you just end it then? Well,
It dep-
welcome to therapy.
why would I not just end it? It depends. I've been in relationships where I tried to end it, and they wouldn't get the hint, or and then I've been in others where I still wanted to be in those relationships.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. Are your parents still together?
Yeah.
Okay. Married for a long time?
Yeah. 30, I'd say maybe like 38 years.
Wow.
something like
And do
that.
you see yourself like committing to one person?
Yes, definitely.
Do you?
Yeah.
Would they need to be like open-minded to the idea of like you like would it be a monogamous relationship or
Yes, but once I get out of this,
once you get out of it?
yeah.
What do you see yourself doing after this?
Retiring,
Okay.
probably moving back to Morocco.
Okay.
It's a nice life over there.
Okay.
But yeah,
That makes sense. I know what you mean. Like until you're in this like scene, it is hard to kind of
yeah, I can't like I said, it goes back to the access. Too much access. Here in New York, I could be home, and people are hitting me up to like go out to hang out, this and that.
yeah.
I need to be removed from this environment if I'm gonna be
Yeah.
in a healthy relationship.
Yeah. And when you go out and like you're a promoter obviously and you're out in the clubs, like do you drink? Because let's say you're like working 5 times a week. Are you drinking most nights?
I try not
You
to.
try not to.
um, I try not to drink all the time, but like I said, sometimes it's hard because when people see you, they want to have a shot with you, or especially when you have clients out, they want you to drink with them.
Yeah. Also, another thing I wanted to talk about, what you were saying, guys, Farouk was like, I've never been cheated on. And I was like, we're going to talk about this, okay? Because I don't know if it's just me as a girl. Like when someone asks me, it's so funny when someone says like, oh, like, have you been cheated on? I always say not
Not
to
that
my
I know of.
knowledge.
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of or not to my knowledge, because you could never be 100%. And Farouk was like, no, I know for sure. Like the girls I pick, I know for sure they don't. And I was like, okay, fine. I love the confidence, but also like stick to saying not to my knowledge, just in case. No?
Listen, I think that I'm very good at choosing who I get into a relationship with. Uh, and that's why I'm able to say that. It's because I know for a fact that the girl that I'm dating does not even give the time of the day to another guy. Otherwise, I don't need to be in a relationship.
And where would you meet this type of girl?
I mean,
Where do you meet like your
anywhere and
ex-girlfriends? Did you
everywhere.
meet them like through
Yeah,
Nightlife?
out at the club, yeah,
Okay.
Nightlife, yeah. They say you can't find love in
Yeah,
love at the
who
club,
says
right?
that?
I don't know. It's a song, I think.
Yeah,
But no, yeah, you definitely can.
you can.
But yeah, like I said, it's just
The club isn't the best place
you
to
choose
find the love.
character. Depends on the character,
Yeah.
values, how they were raised.
Yeah, true. Oh, can you tell us more or less like how much you make as a promoter, or like depend? Maybe don't say like yearly, but like how do you like? Are you capped off, or can you make more if
You can always make more.
You can always
Yeah,
make more.
there's no
And
cap.
do you like as a promoter? Can you go to like Miami and just like
Yeah,
do it over there and like
yeah,
just
yeah. I can work everywhere. I mean, especially with clients. All the venues want spenders, so you bring them spenders, they'll pay you.
right? Do you get a percentage? Like when you're a promoter, do you get like a percentage of
If you bring clients, yes.
like if, let's say they're buying bottles, you get a percentage of the
Yes.
bottles,
Yeah, you get a percentage of whatever they spend.
whatever they spend.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's that percentage?
Depends on the people, depends on the clubs,
More or less.
depends on how much they spend. The more they spend, the more you can negotiate. 10%
Okay.
of whatever they spend.
That's pretty lit if someone's spending.
Yeah. But the more they spend, the more you can ask for.
Right. Because it's like you wouldn't even get this client if it wasn't for me. So you
Pretty
have that
much,
like
Leverage.
leverage is
Yeah.
the word. Yes. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out how we met because it's bothering me. My memory is usually insane and I can't remember how we met. I know I met Matt, the other promoter, through, long story short, I came to see a guy who I was talking to who lived in New York and I hated his guts. And I was like, I literally can't do this. And I told him I was like at home napping and I was at PH. This is a long time ago. I was at PH and that's how I met Daniela and Matt. How does it work when, let's say, like, you're planning for a night out. Let's say you have dinner, you have your promoting table and it's like 10 people are out for dinner and then those 10 people are like coming out with you. How does it work, like trying to manage and control when like, a girl says she's going to show up and then she doesn't. And it's like, you had to tell another girl no. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like the whole idea of, trying to plan and make sure that like you fill up. I feel like it's stressful.
Promoting is like having, 20 girlfriends every day that you got to deal with,
Yeah, that must be
the
hard.
mood swings, like the flaking, all of that,
Yeah,
It's just, I don't know. It's just,
part of it.
yeah, it's just part of it. That's why I feel like it's better to focus on clients than the girls. I mean, obviously you need the girls, but better focus on clients because I'd rather deal with one guy that's gonna come and maybe spend a lot of money
Yeah.
than having to deal with 20 different personalities and
Yeah. Another thing I thought was interesting that you were saying is you were like, I love when gay guys come with the girls. And I was like, wait, that's such an interesting take because I feel like there's like not a stigma, but like like you're coming with a promoter, you must only be girls, you know?
Yeah, some people do that. I like to have a mixed
Why do you like
crowd
to
at
have
the
a mix?
table.
Why do you like to have guys? Because they do your job for you?
Yeah, you know, like why do girls go to the club? They wanna mingle, they wanna meet guys and all that.
Yeah,
I don't wanna have to
babysit.
be that for all the girls. You know what I mean? Like
It's hard to have 10 girlfriends.
I'd rather just have guys around that are gonna, hang out with them and help me host the table, if you will.
Yeah.
And gay guys are always a plus because girls are comfortable around them, they have more fun,
Yeah,
and the gay guys always bring the party.
it's true.
Yeah.
Smart thinking. Not many promoters think like that. Farouk, where can they find you if they are coming to New York and they want to go out with a promoter? Cool. I feel like it's hard to find a promoter that's like credible, that's not like, you know, weird, and like you're really that guy. Like you're very like it's easy to go out with you. You're fun. You're easygoing. You're super like chill.
Thank you.
So,
thank you, thank
ladies,
you.
if you're watching this and you're coming to New York and you want to go out for dinner with Farouk, where can they find you?
Instagram, X Farouk, F as in Frank, Arouk X.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time to go have lunch.
Yeah. Peace, guys.